I'm Tracy.
And I'm Joanne, and we're co-founders of the Hub. And the Hub is a space that inspires, connects, and enables people to realize their enterprising ideas. We co-founded it in 2009, primarily because we needed a space to work that was more than a coffee shop, but we were also seeing a lot of our young friends moving away for opportunities elsewhere. So we felt there was a real need for a place, like a physical space and a community for people that would be open to people trying new things and new ideas. And so it's really a workspace, a meeting space, a learning and sharing space. You come, you interact with people from different disciplines and professions to start things, launch new ideas, work on projects, and just meet people.
I think we had to shift some of the culture that exists around having private space or working in isolation into this notion of it's good to share your idea and what you're working on, because someone might be able to inform that in a way that allows it to accelerate or grow, and that'll benefit you. So we had to work on that piece. I think another hurdle was we had some changes in our founding partners, and so we had to figure out how we were going to operate this space from 8:30 to 6. We realized there were people who wanted to access the space who couldn't afford a membership, so we did a trade with them. They gave us a shift, and then they got access to the workspace, and they've gone on to start their own businesses as well as become paying members. So it was an innovation that really was wonderful for us, but it was a hurdle at the start to figure out how to operate that space. I think what's tripped us up is the space is constantly changing, and there's a lot of things that go on here. So it's a workspace by the day, there are events that happen at the night and on the weekends, and it's just trying to keep up with the pace of change. I think also trying to, we didn't realize that people would grow out of our space so quickly, so they'd accelerate into a company where they needed more space, and we're not really able to accommodate them in this existing space that way. So it's a challenge for our business model, and
we definitely didn't anticipate that, sort of how quickly people would, one person coming one day a week, 6 people, suddenly 6 figures in revenue, and boom, and we located in an amazing space in downtown Halifax, but there's no room for us to expand, and so that was sort of maybe that's tripped us up in thinking about how we should and could possibly expand.
Good for social capital, not great for business model, but
yeah. I think we're really fortunate to be in an amazing community of incredibly talented, creative, and generous people that are act as advisors and mentors and lend their time, often on very short, text message notice, I need you to help me with this right now, and so it's really wonderful. I think people locally and also globally, the Hub is part of a global network of spaces, and so people are working on the same challenges, working with the same types of entrepreneurs and people starting businesses all over the world. So it's great to have both a local and a global resource to
there's a lot of generosity there. Yeah.
We've been thinking a lot lately about the question of how can we create an ecosystem that supports people starting things, new ventures, humanizing the economy, and really connecting people across the region. So we would like to expand around Atlantic Canada, but we would like to do that in a way that's really responsive to local and emerging needs in different places. And so how do we work with local entrepreneurial teams, and what does the model look like in a rural Nova Scotia setting where a lot of traditional industries are in decline and there isn't a place for that entrepreneurial conversation and people starting things to come together on. And so how can we grow a really connected ecosystem and network of spaces and people, and sort of grow that community that's rooted in place but maybe around Atlantic Canada. So that abyss of what does that business model look like, how do we not engage in regional tokenism, we should definitely have something over here because that's and really sort of lean into some of those edges and figure out what is the best next step.
And allowing things to emerge where it makes sense for the people who have the passion and the interest to take it forward, not interested in owning anything outside of what we're doing here, but wanting there to be an intention, if it's connected to the work that we do, that there's some kind of experience that people can expect together. Because we think it's been powerful here, and we'd like to see how that might work to serve other communities.
Well, I think we feel like I think it's the belief and that we are making a real difference, that we've made a real difference in the Halifax community, and that we continue to make a real difference in Nova Scotia and through our contribution in the world. And it's the belief that maybe we're seeding things that are going to take some time to sort of nurture and grow. But I think
it's a good use of our time.
Yeah.
I've got 2 kids. This community is important to me. I feel like I want them to be able to take their ideas and have a place where they can do that and do it quickly, so they're not wasting a lot of money or their time. And maybe there just haven't been enough of those spaces as we've been going through our journey. So I'm hoping that the feeling is that we're doing, a good job of that in a way, and so that it's going to be good for future generations. And
I think we just, we're inspired to keep trying to be examples of what we would like to see more of and what we think there should be more of. And I think,
no shortage of inspiration. I think certainly that's what keeps us going. The community here and the people here and the care that they show for each other by supporting each other's initiatives, supporting each other when they're just having a bad time. That really shows the best of human nature, and we get to see that on a daily basis in this space. So in that sense, it certainly keeps us moving. And so I'd say it's the members, and it's also some of the community members who will give our space a try because they care about what we're trying to do, even if they don't fully understand it. So we really respect that. We're inspired by people who are willing to try things that they're not entirely comfortable with.
Yeah, I think people taking risks, a lot of our members, take risks and things don't work out, and they try again. And so I think it's that perseverance and just constantly looking to sort of to question, and that curiosity and to sort of challenge things and really dig in, and there has to be a way of doing something. And we see that all the time with how people, when they're starting, whether it's a lifestyle business, a small business, or a big scalable sort of company, people, that's what's really valuable. And we've had such amazing members, and we continue to get new people in that are just, it's like a wonderful sort of hub community, and it's that way around the globe too. So it's inspiring to be a part of that global system.
And I think with all the issues that we're facing these days, it's important to be a bit fearless and to try things out and to be okay that you're not going to get there. And I think sometimes you will and sometimes you won't, or sometimes you'll need to shift and pivot. And what's helpful is to have a community around you so that when you fall, they can help you up. And when you do great, they can sort of raise a glass and say, hey, good job. And we ask people to do that for us all the time. I think that kind of courage and spirit is needed in the world right now.